Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you are watching. Thank you for showing up for the Sunday Culture Review. And with me, I have a very special guest today who is playing around with his brand new microphone. Mad Mardigan, what's going on, Matt?
Hello. Doing good.
All right. Appreciate you being here today. I know today is a very special day for everybody because it is Valentine's Day. And I guess not for everybody, for many people, it's a special day. And so I anticipated we would have a lighter crowd and a lighter number of guest panelists. And unfortunately, we lost Amber, who was going to be joining us today. She is dealing with things at the house with Ords. And so hopefully she'll be able to join us next week as a special guest at that point in time. We also have AFK Bard immediately below Mad Mardigan. How's it going, AFK?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
Just chilling.
All right.
Well, it sucks that Amber's not here because she's super cool.
Yeah, she's super cool, and I really was hoping that we'd have her presence here to kind of buoy up the female representation. But you're gonna have to carry the ball today, AFK.
Oh man, pressure.
Okay. And last but not least, not quite last, I guess Mirrorspheres decided to join us. But anyway, we have Wes Moody from the Wes Moody webcast, the man who is our own version of Joe Rogan. Actually, he's probably just the better version of Joe Rogan. He's his own version of himself. What's going on, Wes?
Oh yeah. I could kick Joe. I'm hearing an echo. Yeah, I could kick Joe Rogan's ass. You know, I'm a black belt. But yeah, hail everybody.
Hail. Didn't know that.
Oh yeah, black belt in what?
I took karate for 2 days.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Last but not least, our friend Mirrorsphere's Origin is here. What's going on, Mirrorsphere?
Not much. Just another day.
All right.
Another snow, cold, ice-filled day.
That really doesn't sound the best.
Did you know it's 7 degrees in Texas?
It doesn't sound good. Something like that here.
I sent a screenshot of what the weather actually is right now.
I'm not excited about that.
I'm sad because I can't order food in because it's that snowy.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's dive right into it. Today was a big day for a lot of the people out there that are just super into the DCEU. Right, the DC folks are very, very excited because the trailer finally for the Snyder Cut was released today. Have any of you guys taken a look at the trailer yet?
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah,
I have not had a chance to see it yet.
All right. Well, let's say hi to some of our wonderful friends that have joined us today in the chat, and that'll give you guys a chance to, if you haven't seen it, to watch it real quick. It's about 2 minutes, 21 seconds long. And let me know what you think when you have the opportunity to do that. So as we do that, I'm going to say, hey, to the wonderful folks in the chat, including what's going on. Robert, hail to you, my friend. Runner is here. What's up, Mr. Runner? Good to see you. We have Kate, Rowan, Ginger, Raven. What's going on, Kate? Can't wait to have you on next week, next Sunday. Very excited about that. Sounds like you're going to be joining Amber. And I think we also have another special guest at that time. Tina Bojan is here. What's going on, Tina? It's good to see you, my friend. Accidental Tourist is here. What's up, Accidental Tourist? Man, got lots of folks showing up. I appreciate it. M. Dastardly is here. What's going on, M. Dastardly? Keep kicking out those videos, man. That first one I really, really enjoyed. Diablo Dame. Hail, panel and chat. Well, hail to you, Diablo Dame. Good to see you. Special. Well, it's special for some people. That's for sure. And let's see. Oh, Trinoculus P is here. Love the flag, Mad Mardigan. That's right. He's representing Texas right now for sure.
Always.
Yep. Then you've got the Snyder Cut, folks. Snyder Cut, guys. Yep. Look, I'm actually going to probably really enjoy the film. I'm sure. I just hope it's better than what we got with the Justice. That's my hope. We'll get into that. I promise, guys. Robert Anderson is here. 36 degrees Fahrenheit in Houston with hard freeze warning. Yeah. Dang global warming, for sure. Sorry to all the folks getting colder than usual weather. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But folks from Illinois and places like that are used to be cold. Lake effect snow, weird stuff like that. What's going on, Darius Munchausen? Good to see you. Man, 34 degrees. Good gravy. It doesn't sound like fun, you guys. I'm not a fan of that.
That's like
L Punk Trace. Hey, Mad AFK Wes. Here's here and Culture Casino. Well, thank you very much. Hail to you, my friend. Steve Kenobi is here. What's going on, Steve? Good to see you, sir. I hope you're having a good Valentine's Day. I saw your well wishes for that. Yeah, for me, it was yesterday when that came through. So I appreciate that, my friend. That's right. 80 degrees in Sarasota. That's a good place to be if you want to be comfortable, guys. Yeah, Florida. Look, it's Thomas Gilkey. What's going on, Thomas? I hope you're having a good day. I hope work is treating you well. 40 and Barber. It's wet outside. Shock. Yeah, you live in a place where that's kind of chronic, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it's a miserable place to be. England.
Yeah. Rowan Ginger Raven says -8 where she is, -21 with the factors, the wind chill, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good.
You better.
Let's see. What? It's that cold in Texas? It's just marginally colder than that here north of the border. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane right now. There's parts of the country right now here in the U.S. that haven't seen temperatures like this in a long time.
Yeah, we don't do well with this shit in Texas at all.
No. Man, the cows are getting cold. Really unhappy.
Yep. You don't want to have unhappy cows. They don't taste as good.
Moo. And I'm complaining about 66 in LA. Happy Valentine's. Well, Rob, happy Valentine's to you. Yeah, it's weird. There's certain parts of the country where it dips into the 60s and we start to whine. And so I can't imagine. It's gotten warmer here. It's a whole 9 degrees. Dude, I don't know how any of you folks live in those cold places. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Well, wow. I don't know about you, but I think that Bill Gates really needs to get on this this plan that he has to curb global warming. We really need to get on that.
Dude, he's going to pollute the atmosphere with a bunch of dust.
Yeah. Clearly, we need it.
Yeah. I was going to say, as far as those cold places go, as much as it sucks that they're cold, they're at least used to driving in the snow. We got places like where I am. It doesn't snow enough that people learn how to be smart about it. So there are accidents all up the wazoo around here.
That's not good.
A few years back, I was almost fishtailed by somebody who didn't know how to drive. And so ever since, I've just been very wary.
It doesn't sound good, AFK. Doesn't sound good at all. Yeah. Atlantean sent us a $2 super chat to just say, hail culture. Well, hail to you, my friend. I don't know if you're home already. Wes, if you could, can you shoot Atlantean the link? I don't think I tweeted it to him directly, or anyone else here. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, good to see you, Terry Rose, popping in to say happy Valentine's Day. A lot of snow in Kansas. Oh my gosh. See, it doesn't sound like fun.
Well, Kansas though, doesn't it? Normally the winters get pretty rough though, don't they?
Depends on the part of Kansas, I think. Becky Browland is saying hi. Hi to you, Becky. Good to see you, my friend. And I really appreciate all of your support of everybody in the community, Becky. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Steeg says, snow doesn't bother me but one bit, but when it melts and we get snow and ice, it's not fun. No, it isn't fun. You can slip and fall and hurt yourself pretty badly, at various times of the year. And that's not good. Especially when your primary transportation is your feet. Like when I go up to the cabin and walk around, it's freaking nuts. But, we can't even go up there right now. There's like a 4-foot, there's a 4-foot snowbank sitting in front of the driveways up there that I'd have to clear. So no fun. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day to you, my friend. Parrot Head, I am glad that you're here. I appreciate it.
Whoops! Apparently Atlantean. I can't send it on Minds.
Oh, okay. I will try to navigate doing that while we go here.
I'll figure it out.
Nah, no worries.
Twitter, sort of.
See you, Barbara.
Yeah. Oh, good. Bye then. Have a great time.
Tuesday.
Yep. See you Tuesday, buddy. Boy, I have to tell you that was a lot of fun. We'll get there though. I got a super sticker here from El Punk Trace. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I really do appreciate that. AFK Bard says hello to our friend and our
Machiavelli,
our artist, our mod. He has so many titles. Machini 90. He's incredible, a big part of our community and one of the talented people. I'm gladly pay for having things done. I love to commission work from him. Stieg says pipes bursting when the ground gets icy cold is a problem here too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that.
Yeah, you gotta make sure those pipes stay wrapped and warm. And freezing pipes will really ruin your day, let me tell you. But all right, well, we're all caught up with the chat. Hopefully those of you who had not seen the Snyder Cut had an opportunity to do that. So let's talk about it. The trailer just dropped, and let's start with let's start with you, Mirrorsphere's Origins. Tell me where you're at with this film. Are you excited for it? Did the trailer create even more interest than before? Any of that stuff?
I don't know. I'm not like one of those Snyder guys. I wasn't like I'm glad for him though. I am. I'm happy that this has been a pretty much a fan movement and it's finally got I don't know. The movie when I watched Justice League, I was like, it was like, ew. So
Justice League was hard to watch. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know. Like, this looks like a completely different movie. And there are some still scenes that you notice from the original Justice League, but I don't know. I'm still saving judgment to see what it's like. I'll watch it, see if it's way better. I do think there better be a throwdown fight between Superman and Doomsday. I want to see that, or Darkseid, I should say, not Doomsday, but Darkseid. That's what I want to see. I want to see like a full blown, let's go, balls to the wall, just do it. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
what's going to happen is Superman and Batman, they're going to get together with Darkseid, and then Darkseid's going to, they're going to be beating up Darkseid, and he's going to say, Martha! And then they're all going to be friends.
No! I swear to God.
We'd be so lucky.
I don't think that'll actually...
That would be a control, though. That would be
happen.
It's like, Martha. They're like, oh my God, he's sad.
No. Wes, I know that you're probably not the biggest Snyder guy either. Do you have any thoughts on this film at all?
Well, I always think it's a win for the fans when the studio gives them what they want. And so I'm excited to see what his take is on it, because he did have a very, love him or hate him, Snyder has a very specific way of approaching his material, and specifically this material. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I want to see what was left out and what's different. So I guess I'm more curious than I am excited about it, because it's his vision. I'm not the biggest Snyder fan, but we'll see.
All right.
Well,
Wes, I appreciate that. Now, AFK, I know that you are supportive of the fan movement. Are you excited for the film?
Yes, I am, and it's because of the fan movement mostly, but honestly, because it's like no matter what I see in the trailers, because it kind of looks the same to me, because I only watched the first movie one time, and there was a lot of stuff I didn't like, but there was a lot of stuff I liked. It just felt like really choppy. So this is this is pretty much like, when someone tells you there's a director's cut of like Aliens, and you're like, holy crap, really? And then you go watch it, and there's all this stuff that fills in the gaps. and there's more characterization, and you're like, nice, this is really cool. So I'm kind of looking at it like from that angle, but also the hype from everybody who's excited for it. Like, I feel does a better job to advertise than even the trailer. Like, I didn't feel like I had to go rush and see the trailer because I know that it's going to have that reaction, like I can feel it, everybody's reactions to it already. And so I'm just looking forward to it regardless.
Yeah, I am too. I'm that's because I'm coming down the same place that most of you guys are as well. And finally, Matt, have you had a chance to catch up now, and have you seen it?
Twice. Yeah, I had to rewatch it because the first time I did, and you asked us what we thought. I was like, I don't remember shit about that trailer, like at all. Like nothing stood out to me. You know what I mean?
Oh boy.
The only thing that stood out was like, thank God they didn't use that that horrible like version of Hallelujah from the first trailer. That was my only thought that I came away with. It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. Like I'm gonna watch it the first day it comes out for sure. Because you can't be in this space without watching like immediately whatever the newest content is, because you're gonna get spoiled. Like it's just gonna happen. So you got to watch it as quick as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Vigilante, how long have you been here?
About a couple minutes, shorter than last week.
Vigilante.
All right.
Hell.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
Vigilante.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here, my friend. I didn't anticipate you'd be able to make it, but I do. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, go ahead and finish up, Matt, and then we'll let Vigilante go crazy for 5 minutes.
I mean, I think Stieg made a great point. That he trusts me completely, and whatever I say, he agrees with. So, it's gonna be fine. Those who are in this Zack Snyder cut camp, they're gonna love it. They're gonna go ape shit. Anyone outside of it, it could be, And then you have the ones that never wanted to happen in the first place, and they're gonna say that it's horrible. So it's just different degrees of that. You know what I mean?
Let's set expectations unrealistically high and say it's going to be the greatest thing that ever happened.
I'm going to go ahead and not do that. That'd be the opposite of what I'm doing.
Can I ask a question on this topic? Because of all this stuff that's popped up recently about Joss Whedon, do you think that the people against the Snyder will have a strong leg to stand on once it comes out?
Yeah,
like as far as arguing the vision of the previous director.
It's better. I think that the stuff that's coming out against Joss right now is a little rough. I think that I'm sure there's enough truth in there that there's some legitimate issues. I think that they won't have as much standing, as they did before, in defending the original film. I mean, theoretically, the first film didn't represent Zach's view of what things were and his take. And I mean, if you just look at the color grading alone throughout the film, it doesn't look the same, right?
Color grading sucked.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I want Vigilante to, number one, do his introduction, and number two, give us his thoughts, because I know he's a comic book guy. He likes comic book films and comic book characters. So Vigilante, the floor is yours, my friend. I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, even if I didn't want to do the introduction, Robert will make me. Vigilante wins in another episode on a Sunday Culture Review, and I'm happy to be here. So I did not see the trailer, but it was similar to what AFK Bart kind of mentioned, where you're like, yeah, I don't really need to see it. I know I'm going to watch it. I'm more happy about the fan movement than the movie itself. I'm not a Zack Snyder story guy, but I am a Zack Snyder visual guy. I have that absolute split with him. Another friend of this of the community, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, and I'm paraphrasing here, so I may not have it exactly, but he said once that if you just look away from the screen, you'll think that there's just one character talking the whole time for 2 hours and wouldn't realize that there are other characters talking to each other, because everyone has the same voice. Everyone's the same gloom and doom, sour and dour person. And Batman versus Superman, which supposedly did have a lot of interference, but not as much. Superman was made to Batman, and Batman was made to the Punisher, but at the same time was visually the best looking Batman costume that I had seen on screen. You know what I mean? Unless you give Adam West the nod in that department. I would take Ben Affleck's Batman as far as the costume over anyone. But the darkness and the gloominess, like DC could be darker, but even they have the Flash. The Flash is not supposed to be a dark character. You know what I mean? He shouldn't be Ezra Miller either, especially when you have the alternate universe. You could actually cast Grant Gustin as the Flash. That's neither here nor there. I'm excited for the fans. I hope it's a good movie. That's actually kind of what I think about the Gina thing. I just hope it's a good movie. But I am worried. But yeah, the accusations about Whedon are starting to get a little bit. And I've even said that before. Like, you know, regardless of what you feel about how Ray Fisher is, Whedon is a piece of crap. A lot of that is starting to, or allegedly. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Well,
he's allegedly a piece of crap. So.
It's not alleged that he is a ginger, thus making him untrustworthy.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Yeah, good point there, Mad. Yeah,
somebody's dog agrees.
Yeah.
Oh my! Well, look, and I have to say this. I mean, Steeg's right. It's the way I feel. The accusations are starting to stack up, and you know, it eventually the truth is somewhere in the middle, always. But the truth is, he's kind of sketchy at best, and an outright scoundrel at worst.
Yeah.
You know,
so he's like Hollywood.
He is Hollywood. Yeah, he represents Hollywood.
Well, I mean, that's part of the problem. There is that there are so many dirtbags in Hollywood. It's not like any of this is a surprise.
Yeah. What's my man?
Well, here's
from 70s.
Yeah, we're going to keep going here for a second, but I want to acknowledge Mr. Tickle Trunk sent me a $2 Canadian super sticker of a Shiba Inu farting hearts. Thanks for that, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. And followed it up with this $2 super chat to say, not a fan, but buying now. We live in a society. We do.
Yeah. Joker's little thing at the end. I was like, all right.
Oh my god.
Hello, Lorena.
Hey, Lorena.
Hey, Lorena.
Yeah, Flash's actor is a dark character.
Flash's actor will choke a bitch.
Yeah, he really will.
Yeah, he did. Pregnant one, too.
A pregnant one.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
Hi, Lorena. Good to see you. Lorena sends us a box of popcorn. Thank you very much, Lorena. Great stream with Amber and Ords today. Yeah, I know that was pre-recorded, but it was perfectly lovely. I really appreciated it.
It was. It's nice to see a happy couple on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, man. And those people, they're very much in love. It was incredible. So, okay. I won't tell anybody. Say hi to them over there. Tom sent me a link. I think you forgot I was doing this stream, but that's okay. Here we go. Tina Bojan. Michelle Trachtenberg shared yesterday that it was a rule on the Buffy set that Joss couldn't be in a room alone with her. How old was she?
Yeah, she was underage.
Yeah, she was like 14 or something. She's pretty young.
Yeah, she was. She's like,
right out of Harriet the Spy.
That could also be just a rule. That could be a standard. Like, hey, she's underage. They don't want, but it's Hollywood.
You know, here's the thing. Didn't Allison Hannigan participate in some Joss Whedon productions?
How so?
Wasn't she in any of the stuff that he directed? At any point in time made.
Allison Hannigan? She was in Buffy, wasn't she?
Yeah. So, and she has a huge mouth when it comes to, you know, stuff like that. And she hasn't said word one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, like I said, if most production standards would require adults be not with a minor load, with a minor in those circumstances for the protection of the production as well as, you know, the people involved. So,
unless Kevin Spacey's on the production, allegedly.
Legal thing.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo's Facebook did get canceled with about 500,000 followers. I think that's odd. There's a lot to it.
Wrong thing, not allowed.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the interesting thing. I mean, you know, he's obviously done with his career, but he had a great career. You know, I think he was recently in something, but you know, sometimes when you're a star, you have to realize that your better days are behind you and move forward from there. So
I still remember him in Hercules, the TV show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Runner says Leto sounds so much better in the Snyder cut. Yeah, he doesn't sound wrong. He also looks.
He looks like Joker.
Looks. Yeah, it looks better. So,
I hate
however they went about fixing the. Go ahead.
You just reminded me, that's the one thing I actually am looking forward to, because I was in the really weird, like off to the corner ballpark of someone who actually liked the idea of this new take on the Joker. It fell flat, but when I learned that there was like a lot more that they had cut out, I was like, I want to see what that vision was, because I feel like if you put it back in there, it will explain it better. So I am excited for that.
Yeah,
see, I thought about it. I was thinking, like, if this is like Batman Beyond, where it's like the future, Batman's really old, Joker's gone, but you know how Batman Beyond the cartoon was, they had the Jokers, like a gang of Jokers.
Yeah.
This guy would fit in that world because he could be like the new leader of the Jokers, not Joker, but a new version of Joker. Because Joker is not a gangster; he's just Joker.
I was cool with the theory that he wasn't the actual Joker, that our Joker that we're thinking of had died, and this was Jason Todd potentially haunting Bruce. I really like that theory and really wanted that to be the case.
I think that makes sense with his look. Because he's a much younger Joker. I think that might have worked.
Oh yeah. See, I forgot all about him at the end of the trailer, and I've watched it twice.
Yeah. I didn't like Joker's presentation in Suicide Squad. I didn't like the Juggalo Joker look. So
his hair with a little smiley face. I was like,
did you think it was a little overboard? You think it was a little overboard with the damage tattooed on his forehead to let you know that he's damaged?
I don't think you.
No, he was born with that on his forehead.
Yeah, Mr. Tickletrunk's right though. Zach definitely memed us with that "we live in a society" thing. But
is it true that the Joker has actually never said that phrase exactly? I believe that's like the Luke, I am not your father or whatever. Like it's one of those things that didn't really happen.
You mean the Mandela effect sets in?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like the Joker's never said, like even his quote, because I used the quote from the Joker. It's what do you do when you take a mentally ill loner who lives in a society that bans him and treats him like trash? It's not we live in society, but it's just become the meme. So that just like the what is it? The Matrix. That what if I told you that's not in the movie?
No. No, there's a lot of those things. There's a lot of things there's a lot of stuff that ends up in trailers that don't end up in the production. That's been happening more and more frequently since the late 90s. To be honest with you, Larry sends a super sticker. It's a thumbs up. Thumbs up to you, Larry. Thanks for being here, my friend. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate all of your support. It doesn't look like Atlantean's going to join us. That's a bummer. We are going to talk a little more about the Joker, but it's based on a rumor. I have the story ready to go, guys, but let's get through the bulk of the people that are interacting on this. Ezra should have been Reverse Flash. That is a Dark Flash. Maybe. I still think Ezra was a terrible miscast.
Really?
And he doesn't have the physical attributes to be the Flash.
I don't know if you've seen this video.
Well, he's a trash human too. So there's that.
He was treating Flash like maybe his take on Peter Parker, like the super over the top, like nerdy, like socially awkward. Because like Barry Allen was never like that, and so it just bugged the crap out of me. Because like Barry Allen always had like behind him like a backbone, like he had his moments, He wasn't a little slivery. I don't know. I did not like Ezra. I'm sorry. I'm taking it out on the character.
But I just don't think it was good. I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, right now, if you go back to the first season of The Flash on the CW, which was the only completely good season of the show. Yeah. I'm being very careful on how I word that. That's the way the Flash is supposed to be portrayed. I mean, that's very comic accurate.
It's kind of like how people look back. It's kind of like how people look back on Heath Ledger and kind of compare the Joker, right? Only it's as if Heath Ledger was still alive portraying the Joker while someone else was trying to play the Joker, as far as like looking at the comparison. Well, right. Well, no, but it's like if he were alive portraying the Joker right now while Jared Leto was portraying it, it has the same effect as like Barry Allen on the CW is currently the Flash, and we're seeing someone trying to do the Flash differently.
Yeah.
And we have the two to compare. And if anybody is like, I don't know, a big enough Flash fan, I think they would understand which one is better.
Yeah.
Jared
Yeah.
Leto is the Joker.
Obviously, he's so damaged.
Look,
Right here.
You're right. Every
Joker
time I remember he's tattooed, he is the Joker because it's damaged.
the Joker was just an oops, right? As far as I'm concerned, the way he was portrayed. I like that Jared Leto tried to make it his own, but there was definitely stuff that didn't belong there. And again, I mean, Heath Ledger had a legendary performance. Jack Nicholson had a legendary performance as the Joker, but they were both of the worlds they came from. Right? You had the Nolan Batman presentation, but before that, it was, more cartoony presentation of Joker in the Batman in '89. Yeah. So
I would argue Jack was actually more comic book accurate than Heath.
Well, for that Joker and for that world, yes, because Gotham at that time, the way it was presented in '89, it fit in. It was very much comic book oriented. So yeah, I agree with you to that extent. But I would also say that again, in Nolan's world, the Joker fit perfectly in the way he built the world. And that's why it's hard when you look at what Joss Whedon did with Justice League versus what Snyder had done already. It didn't track. It didn't follow. Cohesive. It wasn't cohesive because it didn't join with the previous iterations, at least in my opinion. So
boring.
And Robert Anderson, to address this, I just want to say, there was a 17-year-old actress on the OC. I don't know if you guys remember the OC way back when. And everybody
had a free DVD. Misha Barton is who we're talking about.
Yeah. Everybody freaked out because the producer would be trying to get into our pants. Hey, dude, Hollywood's full of freak shows. We actually, I can't defend them. I mean, it just is what it is, and the casting couch thing is a real thing, even today, even though they're trying to say no. I mean, we're going to have people, if this bologna sausage stuff is still around that's trying to divide us all, in 20 years, you're still going to have more people coming forward saying, in 2020, I was casting couched by, Me Too somebody. It's, the thing is if you're a consenting adult and you have some form of interaction at that level, that is a choice that you make, and to come back around on it later, and to say, well, I wasn't in a position of power. The person was exercising authority over me.
Well, let's look on the bright side here, Culture. In 2020, we're going to have representation. So you're going to have Me Tooing happening by the LGBTQ community and by women.
It already happens.
Well, hopefully, in 20 years, there won't be as powerful as the Hollywood industry. Hopefully, the independent Hollywood industry will have been more ingrained in the normal society to the point where we are not as worried about these big tentpole pillars,
or maybe the
Hollywood
conservative
industry.
side as well.
I care about the good side more than conservative because I'm not a right-left guy. But I get what you're saying.
Well, that's not what I meant. I just meant like it's an alternative to what we have now. That's all I was saying.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a lot of alternatives, and so Robert Anderson, a lot of this freaky stuff will be less prevalent because we won't. I'm hoping, but you're still going to have the people like Wes was saying. I mean, they were doing it way back in the 50s, all the way through now, where you had people, forcing themselves in various ways on other people. That does happen. But then, of course, there's the willful exchange of whatever happens in those back rooms. If it didn't happen, it wouldn't be. Anyway, I don't even want to go there. But I want to say thank you to Stephanie Littlepage for that super sticker of the rose. I appreciate that. I think I saw Miss Teresa Martin in the chat, and I wanted to say hi and thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. Sorbo has been out of the closets for a long time now. So yeah, he has. So losing that is no problem. You know what, Fat Steven, this is a good comment. I heard Stevie Wonder use his site to see the mother box for Batman. Vigilante Williamson, is that true?
I'm not addressing any of this.
Are you sure? I think that was aimed at you, my friend.
He said that Culture Casino, and I'm not addressing it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you have such a deep,
Not interested in this. I can't confirm or deny it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Well,
What's
we
going
actually
on? I don't know what happened.
we
What
actually
happened,
didn't.
Vigilante?
He loses sight, but maybe he has
One thing
the
that
true
did
sight.
happen, ironically, is Gary's member stream was just taken down because I was kind of lurking there. It was taken down.
What?
Why?
Yeah, they were watching a how it should have ended video, so that could have gotten it taken down. But you
Those are good.
really
A
wouldn't
member
think
stream.
it's a member stream. Yeah, so that's really weird.
That's behind a paywall.
It is. It is, but it was
So-
still taken down by YouTube. It says stream unavailable, stream suspended for policy violations.
Oh man,
Yeah,
That's insane.
one
Wow.
more reason to get on alternative platforms.
Odyssey. What? They just came back. I'm watching
They
it
came
now,
back up?
so they're back. Yeah.
All right. That's insane, man. I'm tired of this stuff. Fred
So
Blog says
YouTube-
AOC ate my hamster. I'm sorry.
Was she
That's-
there to do it? Are you sure she
I
was
don't
there?
know. Well, that's a good question too. It's like the Josh Joker was from Batman Beyond as part of the Jokers. Yeah, I think we were talking about that. So yeah, Kate, exactly. I think that's probably quite true. And yeah, you were obviously listening. I'm way behind on the chat, guys. I apologize.
Wait, was Joss Whedon responsible for the Joker? I don't remember the Joker being in
I thought that
Batman v Superman.
he was supposed to be in it, right?
Not Batman vs. Superman now.
Yeah, so that's
He
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
in
Like,
that
I don't
Justice
understand
League.
that.
It was
comment.
It's
Thank
really David Ayer's
you.
Joker.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's the one
Yeah,
from
Suicide Squad.
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I
David
missed
Ayer.
something.
Ayer says that will make more sense if he gets his own cut of his own film.
Of course, everyone wants a cut.
Well, dude, here's the thing. If it makes the film better, I'm all for it. Because believe me, the unrated version that I have, the non-theatrical release with the extra footage is way better than the theatrical release. I'm not saying it's good. It's just way better.
Yeah, it is.
Suicide Squad or
Suicide Squad.
Batman vs. Superman.
okay.
I would argue that some cuts are best not to have. Like, honestly, I saw there's like the director's cut of Terminator 2 that spoils one, like the twist in the movie. So I don't know. That one kind of irks me a little bit. So sometimes I would say it's better not to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it because now there's people young enough that haven't seen it that could see it and be surprised. So.
Yeah, there are certain films where you're right, an extended cut or something like that could definitely influence somebody's enjoyment, but at the same time, it could enhance someone's enjoyment as well. I mean, and that's again, I hope that's what the Snyder Cut is for everybody who's been calling for it. I want good things, guys. That's the whole point. It's one of the reasons, a primary reason that I'm here and I have this channel, because I want good things.
I feel like they needed to explore more of Cyborg's story in Justice League, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the Snyder Cut with Cyborg's story, because I feel like a lot of that ended up on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, they were supposed to.
Yeah,
he was supposed to get his own movie, I believe, at one point.
Yeah, and Fred Blogs points out, a film that had something cut from, cut for a trailer that wasn't in the film, and obviously, the behind the scenes stuff that happened there with Meg. It's just insane. We're in the weirdest place right now. But we're
worst timeline,
and we see it all the time. Yeah.
No, this is the problem I have with WB right now is no matter how great the Snyder Cut is, they're still not going to let it go any further. There's like, okay, it's cool. Okay, bye. And it's like if they would just stick to one vision, they'd be like Marvel. When Marvel was like, if Marvel stuck to that, vision, they at least stuck to it until Endgame. They were like, this is our plan. You got all the original character movies, and you built them up, and you put them together, and then you build them up, and you put them together. That's, I like that. But WB is like, nah. Now they got like Wonder Woman from Snyder Cuts, the same actress who plays Wonder Woman from the Snyder universe, now playing a wholly different, shittier Wonder Woman, because we all saw that new Wonder Woman movie. That was horrible. And it's like, what is this? If you're going to keep using the same actors and actresses, stick to his universe. or get new actresses to play. That way, it doesn't confuse people. People
Well-
like I am very me. I like if I want to watch a movie that has like you know, I want to watch from the beginning. I want to watch each section, one after the other, so it makes sense on an overall. You know, I don't want to be like, here's a movie, there's a movie.
Yeah,
Here's a movie.
and we've
like,
had it pretty well laid out like that with the MCU for sure. I mean, they played a very linear story, which is one of the reasons why I think they keep pushing back Black Widow in theatrical releases, because they have a timeline they're trying to stay within. But here's the problem: WandaVision is about done, which I stopped watching because of obvious reasons with Disney, and which is a shame, even though I kind of know what's happening and what was going to happen and what's going to happen. But at the same time, I just don't. I don't know. They're really trying to tell a linear story, and I think they're just not going to be able to, because Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be an abomination based on things. Yep. And I'm just I'm hoping I'm wrong, hoping everything that I've heard is not accurate, hoping some of the stuff that's out there is taken out of context. But anyway, and yes, accidental people are not thrilled with some of the stuff I say. So it does happen. Mockety90 for $5 super chat says, Culture, let's be real here. There is no alternative cut on Earth that will make Prey nor Ghostbusters 2016 better. No, there is nothing on Earth that will fix that. Either of those.
Oh my! I gotta say, you can enjoy them, but you have to be in certain legalized states.
I don't think there's enough.
Probably
of that.
take a lot.
No. Yeah. You need maybe in Oregon where everything is legalized, you can get on anything possibly, but I don't think there's enough of that plant.
What was wrong with the Ghostbusters movie 2016? I haven't heard anything.
All female.
Where have you been?
That's
terrible.
I think it's a little bit of the sarcasm.
I'm gonna go check it out.
It pretty much started a whole woke Hollywood.
Listen, don't listen to what anyone says. It's an excellent piece of filmmaking.
As long as it has at least one dance number, I'm on board.
Oh, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Because when I was watching the original Ghostbusters, I'm like, you know what? This is missing dance number.
And Chris Hemsworth is the lead dancer.
Mad, you're going to get canceled off the show. I can't believe you. Anyway, Jaffo, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Dweez says the Birds of Prey director has been angling for her own cut, but honestly, you can edit that mess to leave the bits that worked. You'd be left with the title sequence and the end credits.
It would pretty much just be the bar scene. That's all you'd have.
Yeah, I never saw that. I had no intention of saying that.
I don't remember it.
Critical Drinker said very accommodating stuntmen multiple times in that video review.
It was a good one. Yeah, good review.
Oh my God. Supreme Heretic, thank you for being here. It's good to see you, Drew.
Hail, Drew.
Much love to you all, he says, for a $2 super chat. Well, with a black heart.
Yeah, okay.
Producers are always scrambling, to finish a movie, but lately it seems they are shooting without a finished script and attempting rewrites in the editing room. That didn't work for Alien 3, and it hasn't worked for a lot of films that have been like that. Consider this: they cut the last Star Wars film multiple different times.
They were cutting it weeks before release.
Yeah, when it was like released, they were like, "Oh, I'll just let it go." I don't care.
Hell, even we just brought up Birds of Prey, they changed the title afterwards. I mean, how often does that happen?
It happened with it happened with the Tom Cruise movie as well. Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah. I have the revised, edited director's cut of some weirdness of that film. So
what was it called at first?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah. And then it was Live, Die, Repeat. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it was the violent sci-fi version of Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Can we start a new movement called Release the Star Wars Cut, where it's just all of the cuts put together so we can see what it would look like?
Hey, how about we release what Last Jedi was supposed to be? How about we make that film?
Somebody cut together the original Star Wars the way that George Lucas had before Marsha Lucas had cut it together.
No.
And you could see like it would have been it would have been a cult classic. It would have been a flop if it would have gone the way Lucas wanted to cut the film together.
Really?
Yeah. And the film. Yeah, 2 of the 3 Star Wars films were saved in the editing process.
Really?
So, yeah, the original trilogy. Anyway, hey, Low Spec Linux Laptop just met you last night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you did not donate to that show. So good for you. Good for you. And thanks for being here. Ironcaster, I want to see them release the director's cut. Do it. I dare them. Sign me up. Look, if you didn't get the movie that you wanted as a director, if you didn't get your vision because the studio interfered, I mean, all talent is revealed, right? Through direction and editing, right? They have various forms of production. When the studio gets involved, it usually screws things up 99% of the time.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Ironcaster. He was on a stream with me yesterday, so.
Oh, cool.
And the studio can mess with the stupidest stuff. Like, I just learned as a random trivia that in Next Generation, there's a couple episodes where Geordie LaForge has a mustache, and then he got rid of it because the studio didn't think that it was well received. That's how picky they get about stuff.
Well, so years later, we're still having the debate about whether or not Pretty in Pink ended the way that it should have, because they shot that film both ways, right? They had both endings in there. And so, the Ducky ending versus the not Ducky ending. So, a lot of people, because it kind of could have ended up being Chasing Amy before Chasing Amy, only without the lesbian stuff. But it's just... It's this weird, it was a weird thing, but you're right, Bruce. Days before release, they were still messing around with Star Wars, which is insane. Think about the fact that they had a name change on a film after it was in theaters for Birds of Prey, the fantabulous whatever the hell the name was originally thing.
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd kept that, because it kind of made the movie more ridiculous, but in a fun way. So they kind of took a little bit of the fun away from it. So now I just don't like it as much.
Yeah. And El Punk Trace, dude, I'm going to say it. I say this all the time, and I truly believe it. So I'll say it one more time. Like what you like, love what you love, put your money where in the things that you enjoy. So, and the fact that you're able to take advantage of that through a family member's account, that's even better. And check out the things that you like. So those are the things that I believe in. And so if somebody liked Birds of Prey, I mean, I'm not going to take that away from them. I'll try to give all the reasons why it was
horrible.
Not.
I'm using my family member's account too. Flix Tor, I think, is my family member's name. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually have a family member that pays for it, and I just didn't watch it because I don't want them to get the rating. I want them to see that there's a huge drop off in WandaVision from week to week, and it's more than likely because of the Gina thing. I want them to see that, so I didn't want them.
Let me tell you,
it's Disney.
Vigilante, people posting the screenshots and the reason, on Minds and on Twitter and at Facebook and places, it's amazing. I mean, the Instagram was filthy with it the day after, So it's just it's one of those things. And Apollo Patriot, I am super happy that you're gaining subs. You really deserve it, buddy. I think you have hit the gold mine, my man.
Hey, Apollo Patriot. Okay, so since we're going to Gina Carano, I guess I'm going to start getting mad here, but I'm going to
get mad.
Well, let's save that for the next segment. I want to finish up with the DC stuff because we have one story I do want to share. I'm going to up right this second. This is a rumor going around about the Joker. Okay, it seems that Jared Leto could be opposite Ben Affleck in the film presentation of The Killing Joke.
I don't want this.
Wait, so have they?
Okay.
Now, Ben, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yes, please. Go.
Okay. So, firstly, WB does not even know what Batman they're going with. I've covered how they have in 2022 they'll have 3 different Batman because they'll have Michael Keaton, they have Sparkly Boy, and they'll have Ben Affleck all as Batman at some point. And there are some execs, Walter Hamada has said we're not going to go forward with Ben Affleck. The Snyderverse is a dead end, and there's nothing that's going to happen, and we're just going to be Sparkly Boy going forward. And then there's rumors like this, and there's rumors about Ben Affleck still having that Deathstroke, maybe a mini series or a movie or something on HBO Max. And there's even a rumor about Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill doing the opposite of Batman versus Superman, doing the world's finest story. So you hear all these conflicting things of what they want to do with Batman. Pick something that makes sense and just do it. I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't want this. I'd much rather have the Ben Affleck.
I feel like all of these rumors are they're maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are purposeful. Like honestly, I feel like these studios are purposefully leaking quote unquote rumors so that they can get an idea of what people's responses are because they don't have like the ideas themselves. So I think that's a lot why there's a big blob of all rumors that come out. I feel like that's them reaching.
Yeah, this is why WB is having so many problems because they're so reactive. They're like they put out a plan, right? And then they react like horribly. There's like, oh, one tweet said they didn't like it. Okay, pull the whole thing, throw it away. Let's try another thing. It's like, no, just stick with something. Just stick with a story. Get one director. Get his vision. Stick with it until the end. And then if you want to do another thing, do a new thing. But don't keep doing this like juggling. They're like juggling. It's like, let's just throw stuff at a wall, see what sticks. And it's like, ugh.
Here's a good.
Maybe JJ will cure all that.
He says, will they have a woman draping Batman in this? LOL.
Probably.
Kiki Pixie for $2. Let me tell you, I think it's possible. Although, which Batwoman will we get?
God,
CW1. This feeds right into what Mirrorsphere was talking about. I mean, they really don't know what they're doing. I think both you, Mirrorsphere, and AFK, and Vigilante Williams. I think all 3 of you are right. They don't know what they're doing with this thing. They don't.
I have no idea.
And here's the thing. And so you've heard how many different rumors now, VW?
Like however many, at least 4 or 5 of what they're going to do going forward. I do know at least for 2022. I mean, they're going to have that Flashpoint movie where you're going to have Ben Affleck as Batman and have old man Bruce with Michael Keaton, and then you'll have Sparkly Boy. I keep calling him that. I want it to be nice to Sparkly Boy. I wanted it to work.
I know.
I wanted it to be the Heath Ledger casting, but it's just going to be Jared Leto all over again.
Has that come out yet?
What the Sparkly Batman that comes out next year, 2022.
Oh, I completely it just dropped off the radar, and I just assumed it came out and everybody got over it.
I thought they canceled it.
Sad. Yeah,
I thought they canceled it.
They had production.
They shot a lot of it.
Yeah, they had production delays. They had. Here's the problem. You had the worst anti-marketing campaign for the film done by the actor himself. I mean, he was. It really wasn't he really wasn't representing it very well.
This guy needs to realize that he's not a big actor. Like there's the fangirls out there who love fucking sparkly vampires, and that's the only people who like him. Everyone else is like, oh God, not this guy again.
Yeah, it's just look. I equate him to Padalecki, who is not one of my favorite actors, who's now in a title role he didn't belong in with Walker. Although he does have some acting chops. I never saw him as the Batman, and I don't know how they would ever be able to make a sequel with that. I mean, the idea was to present an actual detective version of Batman, but I think that this thing is so far from what it originally was going to be. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But let me read real quickly through this, and we'll this is bounding into comics, so I'm sure they'll repeat themselves a few times. But here we go. While it's known that Jared Leto will be back in makeup of Gotham's Clown Prince of Crime for at least one more shot in Zack Snyder's Justice League, well, we just saw that. A new rumor suggests that he may continue in the role for possible DCEU adaptation of one of DC's most iconic stories. See, that's a pretty good. What do you guys think? That's a pretty good looking Joker.
I thought they canceled
like
Marilyn
Crow.
Manson. I thought
It
Marilyn
looks
Manson was
wild.
canceled. What is this?
Yeah, that's Jared,
Like
that's
Crow.
Jared Leto's Joker, guys. Anyway,
Okay.
after months of chatter that Leto might reprise his. There you go.
Go ahead.
After months of chatter that Leto might reprise his role as the Joker in the future, HBO Max in future HBO Max projects, with many speculating that his return would come with Ben Affleck as Batman in tow. Geekosity's Mikey Sutton, interesting, is reporting that HBO Max has discussed an adaptation of the classic graphic novel Batman the Killing Joke with Juggalo Joker. Smile. Man, I have this book.
Yeah.
Regarding which actor is playing Batman, adds Sutton, that is the question mark. HBO Max prefers Ben Affleck in the role. However, it's uncertain if Affleck would be interested. However, Sutton stresses the fans should keep in mind that this adaptation hasn't been greenlit yet, and that they are simply in early talks. Further noting that that as such, Jared Leto hasn't been approached for the project. Why even report this story then?
Because AFK is dead
it's
on.
not bounties.
AFK Bard
It's not-
is dead on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, AFK.
It's like basically the level of like there's been talks as in they're sitting around the lunch table with a sticky note going, "Hey, somebody throw some ideas at us." And they're like, "Oh yeah, Joker, and yeah, that's what they're putting thought into there." So.
Yeah.
I
just want to see Batman the animated series come to life. That's it. Just episode by episode. Bring it on.
Absolutely. Yep.
That would be the easiest thing. And they're even talking about doing a Batman animated series reboot. But the only thing against that is I don't want to see that, because I think if they bought it, once they translate it to live action, they go through this, just like, WandaVision has that bubble. There's this bubble of wokeness that everything has to go through first, and then it'll come out the live action version. So we won't see what we see. And it was, there was a Lucius Fox was in the animated series. They had the one mechanic and his family was black in the animated series, but it'll be about social justice. So it will be bad.
Yeah,
exactly. That's everything. Anything that comes out is like, you gotta go through that woke bubble and then get transformed into woke land.
I don't think Mr. Freeze has really been done justice. I would love to see a good Mr. Freeze.
Oh, animated series did.
Well, in the animated series, yes.
Yeah,
I'm talking about live action. You had Arnold, cracking.
Arnold
Nailed it.
Let's kick some ice.
What killed the dinosaurs, Batman? The Ice Age.
By the way, that's not a pun. That was just like what happened.
That's the point. It's not actually funny. It's just Arnold talking shit.
Yeah.
Me and Banhammer.
Nice to see you, Batman.
Because Mr. Freeze was just, we need a good Mr. Freeze live action story.
I think we already got it.
Well, like I said in the chat, Mutant Bamhammer. I have an afternoon planned, so I'm safe. I can stream. It's fine. Geeky Pixie for $2 again. Thank you again for the super chat, Geeky Pixie. Good to see you guys. If you don't know, or if you are unaware, Geeky Pixie is a streamer over on Twitch, does video games and stuff like that. So check out Geeky Pixie.
Geeky Pixie.
Geeky Pixie 9, I believe, is the account. All smooshed together, guys. I think also on Twitter under the same moniker, if I'm not wrong. I call BOP the Harley Quinn movie because it was all about Harley. I'm a fan of the Birds of Prey comics. I would like to see a real BOP film eventually made. Me too.
I just realized you didn't.
I just want to see
comment, and that's an interesting comment that it should have been that Robert Pattinson should have been Batman Beyond. Yeah. Because I wanted to talk about that because I think the same thing. He could have actually played a Batman Beyond or a Robin or Nightwing very well because that same energy that we don't like would fit that so much better.
Yeah, I mean, let's give him a chance. We haven't seen it yet.
I hope I'm wrong. Please prove me wrong.
I will check it out.
He's going to come out and be like, I'm Batman. Sparkle! I'll be like, oh my God.
Look, he's a good actor, man. If you've seen Rover, like I thought he did a great job in Rover with Guy Pearce. Like he's been in a few things. Like he legit is a good actor. and I think that we should give him and what's his name? What's the director's name?
Matt Reeves. The
Yeah,
director.
give him a chance.
The world he's building looks interesting. That's why
he hates this guy.
Huh?
He hates this kid.
He does. I think this could be a good movie to take a football reference. It's like a team that has a good defense, good running game, and everything else, but the quarterback's not all there, but they still can win. That can happen with this movie.
Yeah, the
2085 Bears or
2000 Ravens.
2000 Ravens. Yeah, that can happen with this movie where, the lead's not that great for this. He's a good actor, but I just don't think he fits Batman. But you can, the setting, Colin Farrell, the direction, you can tone it out to where it's like, it doesn't matter that he's not that great. So that's what I'm hoping.
Well, yeah, and I will read the super chat because you pointed out that I was too busy promoting Geeky Pixie than to read the super chat. Should have made Robert play Batman Beyond instead, and that's what Vigilante Williamson's responding to, and I think you actually read it. But I think Nightwing would have been a decent character for him.
Nightwing as well.
I think that's the best analysis, and I think Vigilante Williamson hit the nail on the head. I think Nightwing. I don't know. AFK, do you have any thoughts on that? I know you like Sparkly Guy.
Oh, no. I like my dark and brooding guys to be dark and brooding. And, I had a thing for Angel back in the day, but he was written to be that way, Batman is Batman, and he doesn't sparkle. So I don't know. I was never excited for this. I don't plan on watching it. I think that it was a really bad misstep going for a prequel in the first place, because I'm like a true believer of the saying that every prequel is a tragedy because you know how it ends. And I don't know. It's a hot mess. So yeah,
we're in a weird place because as Robert Anderson says here, 200 characters in the DCU. And all we can anticipate is a remake of Batman's origin story and a reboot of Superman with an origin story, which is exactly right, which is why the MCU is so different. They took a second tier character in Tony Stark and Iron Man, and they made him the center of this world, this universe that they built. And so DC has a gazillion characters.
They have this guy they could use. I think he would have been perfect if casted better to have the Green Lantern Corps. If you like to do the same thing, take a secondary character in that way. How much anticipation was it for Spider-Man now the X-Men to come over? If
Ryan Reynolds were not in the suit,
not the animated suit.
If they would have done better with that for him, I think that movie would have been better. I think they left some things out of the film that were supposed to originally be in the film. I think that could have been better. I think the Green Lantern Corps would be a good place to focus on, try to pull. Again, it doesn't matter. They screwed it all up, but it's just, I mean, how many times can we reboot stuff? How much effort goes into
how
the
many
reboot?
times can we see this guy's parents get shot and those pearls that apparently pearls don't even do that, but we see that every freaking time. How many times can we see Batman's parents get shot? And I'm the biggest Batman fan in the history of the world. I can't see it anymore.
Okay,
yeah,
maybe
maybe instead of a dark alley, it'll be a semi well lit alley that'll happen in.
If you had to had to see the origin story of one superhero over and over and over again for the rest of the time, would it be Batman or Spider-Man? Your pick.
Spider-Man, actually, because it's a little more dynamic, a little more interesting. He was a wrestler for a little bit. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I've only seen it twice. I need to see it again.
I'd rather see neither again if we can help it.
Hey, Low Spec, thanks for coming in. Thanks for swinging by the stream. It was great to see you. I appreciate it. I hope you subscribed if you're still here. Thanks though. It was awesome hanging out with you on that stream last night. Yeah. Oh my goodness, he made it. The angry Atlantean is here. There we go.
Oh boy.
He's not quite ready on camera yet. I'm gonna wait till his avatar updates, whatever. We'll bring him in. He we'll see. Okay. Robert Pattinson is a great actor. Great is a strong word.
I think that's
I said
sarcasm.
good.
Is that sarcasm?
I don't know. What he was good in Tenet. He was acceptable in Tenet.
If you
Oh,
give
yeah, I
him
like him
the
in
right
Tenet.
roles, he's a good actor. But if you give him the Batman role, he just can't fit it, in my opinion.
He's miscast. I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily saying he's a bad actor. I'm saying he's horrifically miscast.
Yeah, exactly.
Could he be the Riddler? Maybe.
Maybe.
But wait, we can't say that he's miscast. We haven't seen the movie yet. Like,
That's true. You're right. But it just is seeming like that. That's what I'm afraid of.
for
him
sure.
being miscast.
Yeah. But maybe
Yeah,
Not-
that's
I'm not
the
saying
image
he's not a
that's
good
been
actor.
presented. Yeah.
Yeah. And to just really piggyback real quick, I will say this. I do. There was a video talking about, the not working out thing from a different angle of how much, what these guys really do to get so big. And I understand that element of not wanting to maybe do what Chris Hemsworth did to get from as skinny as he was to as big as he was, but you can still commit to the role without doing that. And that's the thing that bothers me.
definitely don't want to do what like Armie Hammer had to do to get that big.
Don't do what Artie Hammer did, ladies and gentlemen. Please.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, well, he could get on the juice.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So I'm going to bring in. It looks like the Atlantean is the way the Atlantean is. What is up, my friend?
Hail Atlantean.
Hail the Atlantean.
Oh,
CIA
What's happening?
CIA
Run,
got
Atlantean, run! Don't let them get you.
Bike man.
You okay there, bud?
I'm living up to my namesake today. I am fucking livid today.
Why?
What's your language, boy?
What happened?
Monetization.
What? There goes
I'm
the
teasing you, man. Go ahead.
demonetization for the stream.
You're
What
good.
what
man.
happened?
You're
I'm not
good.
gonna go into rant mode on it because it's just no.
Okay.
Because it's not related to the stream. It's related to everything else. I don't want to rant about it again. Not on the stream.
All right. All right. Well, here's the thing, Atlantean. We got through the Snyder Cut trailer. Did you get a chance to see that while you were out doing your job?
I have no interest in the Snyder Cut. I'm gonna be completely. Okay. I say when the whole bit with the Snyder Cut was announced. I don't remember when it was announced. Like sometime last year, like early 2020, right?
Yeah, like I feel like summer.
Yeah, I made a video on it explaining my entire feelings on the matter, and yeah, I'm not interested in this at all. I wasn't on board with the idea of them doing it anyway, but I know it's blasphemy to admit in certain circles.
No, dude,
It's not. I understand it.
Yeah, I don't think any of us up here cared that
Like-
much about it.
Yeah, I know certain people do though. You're right. I think
don't
we're
care.
not the group. Because I think
Fatal J and let's get now.
I wouldn't say it's Fatal J. I wouldn't say it's Fatal
like-
J.
Basically, my opinion on it boils down to this: when everybody was freaking out, saying, "Oh, this is a win for the fans. This is a win for the fans," not necessarily because I don't know. I don't remember exactly what I said in the video, but I didn't view it then as a W for the fans. I still don't. I don't think that it's going to amount to anything worthwhile. But knowing the hype machine that follows, and with certain other shows that have been overhyped, people are going to lap it up because nothing good has been churned out from DC in a while. So. Even if it's mediocre, people are gonna love it and hail it as the greatest thing to come out of DC since Wonder Woman.
I like to see
that will happen.
if WB was smart, they would take somebody who like knew the comics, was a big fan of like the original Justice League TV show, like the cartoon, and do that.
Or they can just
That
take the
was
people who
badass.
created those shows and just hire them. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're still around. Bruce Timm, Paul Dini still around. Dwayne McDuffie, a lot of people who wrote, they're still around. You could bring them in and have them pin out your universe for you. At this point, I think they may have to just scorch earth because this is just a complete mess as far as
If
canon.
you remember, like the last seasons of that anime show, they had so many heroes. Like and they were having like the original heroes, kind of like the mentors of the new heroes, which I freaking loved.
Yeah,
and that's what I want to see.
They got 5 seasons to develop, and then they had They had 2 whole series before that. They had a Batman and Superman animated series before that, plus 5 seasons of Justice League. So they had enough time to develop and tell their stories. And honestly, in general, and I think Gary maybe has even said this. I think comic books would probably work better as series than movies anyway. Because that's the way those stories are told traditionally. In episodic type ways.
The big team up stuff is always works well in a film.
Yeah.
Right. It's the individual stuff. You're right. I think, that's why Netflix did such a great job with Daredevil. Right. I think that was an incredible series.
Yeah.
Their version of The Punisher on Netflix was great. But here you are, you had a series of shows with the exception, the Defenders was crap, but set that aside. Things could have played out differently for Netflix. They really, really could. Mm-hmm. But this is a good question, though, because I just brought up Daredevil. L. Punk Tracy says, how do you and the panel feel about the Daredevil film? Are you talking about the Affleck one? I'm going to assume you are. Where did you guys come down on that?
So, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll make it quick. When I saw it, I didn't know I didn't know Daredevil at all. I wasn't a really big Marvel fan outside of the X-Men, so I kind of just was like, "Hey, it's a movie. I'm gonna watch it." And even I watched it when I was really young, and even watching it, I knew I didn't like the writing, which is rare for movies because I liked a lot of stuff back in the day, but a lot of the stuff that happened in it I thought was kind of ridiculous. But I loved that big fight scene at the end with him and what was it, Kingpin?
It was Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
Yeah, that was super awesome and I loved it. But aside from that, I did not like the movie. And also Evanescence. Ugh.
Oh yeah, that song didn't stick around that long at all.
That song all the time.
Hero.
I liked some of it.
No, not that was the.
No, it's
inside.
Yeah.
Say that. Oh, shut up.
No, keep going. Full screen them.
No, I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, so don't do that. If someone would put the lyrics up, maybe I could go ahead and do it. But I forgot them.
I'd like the I'm a big Colin Farrell fan. I just really like that dude, and
he was fun as Bullseye.
The thing on his forehead was a little weird. I don't think we really had to do that one. I think there's a rated R cut of it that I think most people prefer. Oh, and the playground fight scene between him and Elektra. Oh, wow. Man, was that great.
So, yeah, I
thought it was okay.
Yeah, I wasn't as irritated with it as many people were. I didn't think it was great. The problem is that I don't think Ben Affleck's character was Daredevil. I'm glad that he came back to DC as Batman. I have not liked anybody's portrayal of Batman in a very long time. I even thought in the Nolan films, I thought even though Christian Bale was excellent, I felt that somebody's just not nailing it. And I think Affleck got the closest to it, of my vision of Batman as anybody, with the exception of course, the, 89 Batman. So, because Keaton was, I love that film. I know it's very cartoony, but very comic booky, but I really enjoyed it. So
that's what I like about 89 Batman.
I think Batman the Animated Series is the closest to what I had in my head of what Batman is. But I probably I don't know.
I agree with this, Ruth Korea.
Go ahead. This idea. Yeah. Oh no, we lost
Atlanta. Oh man, was so angry. And then we brought up Daredevil. He got mad, I guess.
Yeah, he got mad.
Break his phone.
Anyway, all right. Well, Roof Korean for a $5 super chat says, "I will get HBO Max for 1 month. Watch the Snyder Cut to show support and cancel. Stop giving money to people who hate you. Hollywood hates you. You're 100% right.
1,000%.
Yeah,
I'm in a weird situation with streaming. Like that's the only streaming service I pay for, but because like I'm using other people's streaming services, they're using that. So now I'm like, oh, if I cancel it, it'll affect other people. So that's where I'm kind of stuck with
Yeah,
that.
I'm the same way. Our families kind of have like a network of shared streaming services that we all have like passwords to. So it's like if I canceled something, then like two families would not have it, and so I'm like, oh gosh. Like
Yeah.
I got Hulu
I did. My wife
specifically for my
got
sister and
pissed.
niece.
Yeah, and even like Disney Plus is for like my grandma and grandparents who watch it and stuff like that. So you can't get rid of that. You know what I mean?
I got rid of it, and my wife got fucking pissed. She's like, "How dare you get rid of Disney Plus?" I was like, "Well, I'm fucking pissed off at Disney," and she's because my wife is a normie, and she's an old Disney love. She loves old stuff. She doesn't know anything about the new stuff, and she was pissed because she likes to watch the old stuff. And she's like, "I just want to watch the old Disney stuff." And I was like, "I know, but I'm not. I don't want to support them." And she's like, "I don't give a shit." So,
well, and to be honest with you, they're
I'm not
pulling
reviewing anything now. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not reviewing anything from the channel.
they're pulling the old stuff, and they're going to be heavily editing the old stuff that they allow to be up there. So she's not really going to get to see the things that she.
I tried to explain this, but
you should invest in physical media. Like, hey, we have all these DVDs, Blu-rays.
Well, there's a map that's floating around out there that has like all the companies that Disney owns, and it's ridiculously painful to look at because there's like no way to boycott Disney, period. Like literally, unless you live in a country that doesn't have access to any of the stuff that they own. I mean, like they're in everything.
Well, okay, so sports are done for me, so ESPN's done for me, so I don't support them that way. I mean, but you're right. I mean, and that chart showed everything. Of course, I've had that chart for a long time, but and that chart needed to be updated even further because they just acquired Blue Sky Animation and a whole lot of other stuff of late, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. But they literally have their fingers in almost every part of any form of media. And so it's definitely it's a job. If you really want to do it, you have to take it on as a job to not.
I think you guys are very overrating how easy it is. In this generation, so many people have done it on accident because they're only watching Twitch and YouTube. I think there's like there are millions and millions of people knock shit down who are only watching Twitch and YouTube and digital media. Like they're not watching any mainstream or media. They're just not consuming it. So like they're already doing it without knowing it. So I think it's possible because I don't watch like outside. It was very easy for me. Like Disney Plus, I only watched The Mandalorian and WandaVision. I did just buy this damn Fantastic Four Epic Collection, so that went through Marvel, so they got money. I'll just buy it secondhand. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world to figure out. And yeah, maybe you can't cancel everything, but you can get rid of a lot of it if you want to. But at the same time, I don't know if I would. If it's something with family, I'm like, whatever. And I'm not paying for Disney Plus. Somebody else is, so it's not the end of the world. Daredevil movie. You know what I'll say about the Daredevil movie and all of those pre-MCU Marvel movies? They have a charm to them. Even the terrible Fantastic Four ones. They're not good, all of them. The Punisher, Daredevil, but they're charming.
Yeah. You know, I loved the original Fantastic Four movie. I'm sorry, but then I was also all up in that Chris Evans bandwagon, but because my favorite quote is, "I was on fire all over," as he's just standing there with the jacket. Just saying, I'm shallow. What can I say?
So what's worse, Fan Four Stick or The Last Jedi?
Is Fan Four Stick the one with Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm?
Yeah.
I never really saw it, so
I didn't see either. I had life is too short to just.
Well, Glinzer, here's the thing: YouTube is part of Google Alphabet.
It's Google.
Right?
It's another evil company.
It's not,
Twitch is Amazon, so it's another evil company.
Yeah, but they're not. They'd have a hard time doing that. But there are other up and coming platforms that are going to compete with these.
Odyssey.
Odyssey. Yeah,
Minds. Follow me on Minds.
Odyssey. But I brought in the Atlantean. The Atlantean is here with us. I want to hear the Atlantean do what the Atlantean does. He wanted to come in today, and he's got some stuff to say. So let's. I'm going to turn it over to the Atlantean.
Yeah, he's got the black and mild, so you know it's serious.
What do I have to say?
I don't know.
Everything.
I was wondering. You know.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm coming.
All right. Well, look. Here's the thing.
No. I mean, I don't know.
We went about talking about canceling Disney Plus or and all of that for a while. We hashtagged it and people did it, and like I said, that was glorious. We did that in response to something that we perceived as an unfair move done for unfair reasons, displaying a lot of hypocrisy. I don't know that you and I have talked about this since it happened, and I was going to get everybody's thoughts here in a condensed version, but where what do you think happened, and your thoughts on the whole matter as far as Gina, actually ultimately ending up with a better gig?
Oh, the whole firing of Gina Carano thing.
Yeah,
and the Disney Plus thing. I think I actually said this on your Friday chat in a.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think I might have said a short version of it because the YouTube chat bot limit your characters, but honestly, about the canceling Disney Plus thing, I don't have Disney Plus. I never bought into it. I never used it. So, if everybody's canceling Disney Plus because of it, great. But, for everybody to act surprised over what happened with Gina Carano, and what happened with Gina Carano was straight up, there was no need for it to happen. It was an injustice, and it didn't need to happen. It was Disney being Disney. And the thing, so everybody should have known what was going to happen. But the fact that it did happen, and the fact that she has a new gig and is basically striking back, is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's absolutely hysterical that Disney is being Disney, and they probably ended up creating a monster far bigger than the one they were trying to demonize.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's excellent analysis, and I truly appreciate that. So that's exactly right. Now here we have a very special thing presented to us, for Mythbusters here. I think we lost Vigilante Williams.
Yeah. As soon as you pull this off, he left.
Wow.
Oh, poor Vigilante.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. Do anybody want to break down this Mythbusters presentation?
Take it away, Vigilante.
He left.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god! I will say this: that was one of the funnest live streams I've ever been on. I could not stop laughing. I was in tears. I was like I didn't laugh that hard since Az was playing with his dolls. Okay, on Friday Night Tights.
That was a rough one, for sure.
I remember I remember how we got to that, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
conspiracy?
Yeah. Well, look at it this way. It's almost like Hollywood knew there would be a backlash. Of course they did. And they went to the politicians to block people from sailing the high seas or alternative messages. Did the copyright piracy equal felony get through? I don't think so. But they already have a copyright infringement laws on the books that will put you in prison if you are illegally distributing it. So, they're going to keep trying, and they're going to keep getting swatted back. And there's always going to be an alternative way to go about getting stuff. I mean, people set up their own Plex servers and stuff all the time. You don't fight these radicals by fighting them. You fight them by encouraging them to fulfill their destiny. The mob must be fed. So encourage them to feed upon Disney's cash cows like Brie Larson. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Disney. I don't think Disney had much to do with her actually getting fired. I think it was all Lucasfilm. And now Disney's probably pissed because they're like,
I'm telling you right now, there are at least two people in the path of power that are not very happy at the moment. And I can tell you that Favreau's probably not either. But Soul Assassin said the exact thing you guys were saying, which is Disney struck Gina, and now she's more powerful than they can possibly imagine. A great paraphrasing of a line from Star Wars. Thank you.
And she moved on already, so they can't be like, we hired her back after further, consulting. We decided that it was wrong that what happened.
Yeah, it's like,
They took the opportunity. They took the opportunity to do what they did, and just because they were in the contract cycle. So you just have to look at it that way. It was convenient for them to say what they said when they said it because she was a contract, and they weren't intending to sign with her again. So I mean, it is what it is.
Bad because her toys are blowing up. Her name is freaking huge now, and
now, oh man, well, now we lost. Who did we lose this time?
Vigilante.
Not AFK bar. What the hell happened?
No, AFK left. Everybody's having trouble. What's going on there, Vigilante?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so there's something, about Stevie Wonder. I think somebody was asking.
Golf balls were.
Vigilante Williams, what's man? Keep disappearing on us, man.
I wasn't sharing anything. Anyway, okay. So
Oh,
Deb,
God.
I'm not putting everybody in the right spots. Okay, wait.
that was amazing.
I'm at the back of the pack, huh?
There we go.
Thank
Right, we
you,
need
Pat
Vigilante
Stevens,
Williamson.
for sharing that. That was definitely good for a
Yeah.
laugh.
Now I'll never get Vigilante Williamson back. He keeps you guys. He's back again.
Oh, all right.
Hey,
What's happening, dude?
I don't know. What's nothing? I don't know. Something weird. CIA. Damn CIA.
Okay. The CIA is doing it. Okay.
I don't know. Every time they mention something with a white ball, you kind of drop off.
Damn CIA. Yeah.
Geeky Pixie for another $5 super chat. Geeky Pixie, you don't have to do that. I try to get to everybody's comments if I can. Do you think had Lucasfilm actually stopped the harassment back when it was just a small group, that things would be very much different today? Yes.
Yeah.
I've been screaming that. That's one of my biggest takeaways. Like, and that's actually, we did a stream, The Brave and the Bold. This is a soft plug. We didn't actually talk about Gina Carano. We kept focusing on what happened in comics because that was such a big thing that happened with Marvel, a Disney-owned company, and them attacking fans and bullying creators and creating these blockchains and doing all these things. And had you cracked down then, this never happens. This could never happen. You wouldn't even have Pedro and all the other people in all the Justina area, or Justina Ireland and Christina area. I get those names mixed up. But all these people that happened in the past, 6 months, past 6 weeks, really, you would have never happened if you would have cracked down way back in when Lucasfilm, when Rowan Johnson was doing his thing, and when all those idiots at Marvel were doing their thing. This doesn't happen. This never could happen.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, IGN went all about re-promoting a tweet as an ICYMI, right? In case you missed it, right? Today, saying the same bologna sausage line that Disney spouted out or whatever, some who created this unknown source at Lucasfilm spit out that she posted aberrant bologna sausage, which is not
what pissed me so off.
Yeah, and well, IGN is repeating the same
pretty
lie.
libelous.
They continue to perpetuate the same lie forever until people believe it. It's just like, the stuff with the
certain
stuff.
national socialists
the January
in the 30s
6th
said something very similar about what they're doing. Isn't that ironic? About perpetuating a lie, if you tell a lie enough. Certain guy that they called the president, which whatever you feel about him, they kept using his name with that, but the second it gets turned around, all of a sudden it's boring. It's cute how they do that, isn't it?
Yeah, and Krista Joe, you're right. Normies know who Gina is. And even if they didn't watch The Mandalorian, and because of what happened, regardless of political people are now aware of the crap that's been happening. Well, here's the beautiful thing of it all, Krista, is she landed squarely on her feet, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it one more time, a much better situation. She is now a creator and an actor. She now has freedom. She is more free today than she has been since her fighting. Right?
Yeah. She was going back to that whole she's being popular. Like everybody knows who she is now. Like my mom is one of the normiest of norms, like that could ever norm. Like if you ask her like what Star Wars is, she'll say Yoda, Baby Yoda, and the Wookiee, the big hairy guy. But like she actually called me the other day and she said, I heard that they fired that lady from The Mandalorian. And I was so upset. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't realize that was in her peripheral at all. Or that she would even care that much about just this random actress from just a couple episodes from the show.
Yeah.
And she was just livid about it. And I was like, wow. That's impressive that this has gotten to that level where someone on like her is aware of it. So it's a big thing.
Yeah, they've made her a cultural icon by doing it, like a pop cultural icon by doing
they
that.
Did.
Now she's the rebel.
But we're talking this thing. This is right by doing the very thing that the establishment was really happy with. Okay, they're right now. The establishment's all these whack jobs, right? And the support of the whack jobs. And really call people names.
CIA is really fucking with us now. I can't hear you, Culture.
They are. What happened?
You're robot on it a little bit.
Yeah, you went Robot Man.
Oh man! All right. Anyway, I guess my whole point is this. They made her very, very powerful. She was a rising star in Hollywood. She was number 2 on IMDb, and she appeared in 4 episodes of a Star Wars show. 4.
Yep.
She was already more powerful and more well thought of than the freaking lead actor in the show. That's
probably why she was one of the reasons why they let her go. Is because he was probably jealous. They care more about her than they do him.
Holy cow! Is this true? George Takei is irritated over Carano being fired. I need to find out.
Yeah. One thing I want to thank Disney. Thank you for making this worth more. I appreciate that, Disney. Thank you. Can't wait to resell that in 10 years once it's like $500.
I know.
Hey,
right?
dude, those Gina Carano Black Series right now.
I heard they're crazy. Like,
I saw.
I'm pissed. I found one at a store once for like $20, and I was like, "Oh, not today," and I left it. And now I'm like, "Darn it!" It was a Black Series one too. I was like, "Damn."
I've got mine too, but I'm not gonna sell it. So
yeah,
God,
I think you opened yours. You took it out of the box.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't take her out of the box.
Oh, okay.
The key is to buy doubles.
She's standing in there in her box forever.
Yeah,
my kids keep wanting to play with my Godzilla back there.
Jen Wong says, "Hail Gina, and hashtag cancel Disney Plus." Good to see you, Jen. Thanks for being here. Fat guy named Steven says Gina is a reverse martyr. Yes, I'm sorry I'm breaking up, guys. We never got to the other stuff I wanted to talk about. I had 4 different things I wanted to do.
I tried to keep us on track, but
I know, Matt. I'm sorry. I let you down. I mean, normally your shows are so well organized. We never have difficulty, keeping that
from beginning to end, baby. From beginning to end.
All right. Well, I want everybody to have an opportunity to plug their stuff on the way out the door. I want to start with the man that the CIA is paying very close attention to right now, and a good friend and a great creator and a musician. It's our good friend Vigilante Williamson.
Hell. I joke. The CIA is messing with me. I am down the street from the Freemasons. That's not a joke. The FBI is like 5 miles away, and they are messing with my channel. But 220 some odd of you have subbed, and sometimes they're messing with the subs too because I see new subs. My number's not going up, so I don't know what's going on with that. But please, if you have not subbed already, sub to my channel. I do live streams on Thursdays and Saturdays, and then I'll do videos throughout the week. And I'm always doing new content. Yeah, as he's mentioned, I'm releasing music sparingly as well. So if you're into like lo-fi stuff or hip-hop stuff, that's what I've got so far, just a couple songs. But yeah, check me out. I am on Minds, I am on Teespring, I am on SoundCloud and YouTube. So check me out on all those places. And I'm on Odyssey. I am on Odyssey as well. So yeah, I appreciate being here. I'm actually going to have to be here a lot less because I have real life stuff I have to focus on. So the next couple months, I won't be on every episode. But thank you for having me, and thank you all the people who have subbed, because there's a lot of names I see that are familiar. That's not my dog, but that I don't know what that was.
That wasn't me.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate being here.
I appreciate you being here as well, my friend. We next up will be the man with the dark fantasy book. Mirror Series Origin.
Hello, thank you for coming. Hopefully you have subscribed to me. If you haven't, please do. I am at 146 now, so I've gained 10 subs in like the last month. I hope to hit 200 by the end of March, at least. So let's, if you haven't, please do. I know I promised to have the second chapter of my read off out by this week. Unfortunately, I did do the recording, and it was actually horrible. I listened to it, and it was terrible. So I deleted that. I actually went back and rewritten some of chapter 2 because there were some things that I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. So I redid some stuff, gone in more detail with some things. So it's actually helped me doing that recording. Actually helped me realize there's some issues I have with my previous chapters I thought was already done, but that's good. So I'm always trying to improve, trying to keep out there. But I do gaming streams, whatever I can do to I haven't scheduled anything though. I need to schedule stuff. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you guys.
Thank you very much, Mirrorsphere. Appreciate it. Now, on to our friend from the depths, the man with the retro gaming and strong opinions, our good friend, the livid Atlantean, sometimes known as Angry Atlantean, or just the Atlantean. What's going on, bud?
Did you drop your phone again?
You should plug yourself, my friend.
Yeah, drop your phone and start screaming.
Now we're back to Mirrorsphere.
He bailed.
The Atlantean's channel is awesome. As someone who is subbed, I like watching him play.
He is fun.
He's a cool guy. I love to hang out with him. I'm going to say positive things. All right. Well, now we have to go with the whole reason that we're here. The helicopter pilot that gets us to and from the places that we're going. The ever lovely AFK Bard.
Oh, shucks. I'm not the reason you're here, but that's so sweet of you to say that. But, I'm always happy to fly around on my helicopter. So,
yeah,
that's terrifying.
Well, anyway, what do you tell people about the stuff you're doing?
Okay. Well, I am occasionally watching movies and talking about them. I've done that with Mega Geek a couple of times now. I have one that's going to premiere on Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. We're going to be talking about a movie called Heaven Can Wait. It's kind of like a romance, kind of sports related movie. And then the week after, I'm going to have another video that is going to be us talking about Forget Paris, which is another romance sports related movie. It's unrelated. It's just a coincidence. And then I'm
Paris
also
was
planning
with Billy Crystal, right? And was it Deborah Winger?
I think that's her name, but yes.
Yeah, and he's a basketball referee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I remember the film.
Yeah. Yep. And at some point, I plan on streaming me playing a game because I want to play it, and I figure I can stream it while I do it, so why not? So there you go.
All right. Atlantean, or do you want to talk anymore, or are you going to hang up on us again?
I didn't even mean to hang up. Is this even picking me up? First of all,
yeah, you look. Yeah,
yeah.
We can see you, and now you're talking, and now we don't see you, but keep talking. Tell people about your channel.
I don't have anything to push. I'm taking a break. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Okay,
drop your phone and scream again.
Yeah, that was good YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Watch his old streams. The old streams are still good. Watch them. No, you can still watch them stream.
I really am taking a break.
Okay.
But I'm also taking that time to finish my existing project that I started. The Splatterhouse thing.
Okay.
So that's what I'm taking the break for. I'm taking a break from the channel.
Mad Mardigan. Yeah. I don't have the Atlantean League, so put in the work to find him. Okay.
I have the link. Mine is
He's linked in our description, guys. You can find him there. Thanks for being here, Atlantium. I appreciate you hustling. And Jaffo says car video. Car video.
Hold on, there you go.
I can't do it.
I have a wrench. I got you.
Our very own.
Whoa, what the hell happened? I think he dropped his phone. All right, that's what we wanted. Give the people what they want. Drop the
That's
phones.
right. That's right. All right. Well, here we are.
I didn't drop the phone.
Okay. Well, we're going to let Wes do his thing on the way out the door. Wes, you are our Joe Rogan, my friend. You are your own version.
I'm working on a super secret project, a YouTube video that will bring about world peace and possibly the second coming of Christ. So it's very important stuff.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Maybe a bit less.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go with it.
Very, very important. So, but my channel is very significant. You should subscribe because those very important things may happen at some point. I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast to talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I will vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. Hope to see you there, my friends. Thank you.
All right. And okay. Thank you very much, Wes. I appreciate it. We did get a super chat at the last moment. You guys want to help me with this one? Thank you, Curtis Wise. You didn't have to kick in that much kit, my friend. Realism. To respond, you don't want to watch accountants do accounting work. Well, if it's in the course of a film, I mean, there's a certain amount that would have to be shown for establishment. But you also don't want nuclear explosions from a bullet impact. Oh no, 100%. That's accurate.
I do.
Yeah. Well, no, you really don't. Realism is as critical as escapism. Name an example of fakeism you praised. Go ahead. Oh my gosh, there's so much of it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The original Batman.
For sure. There's, gosh, I don't even know where to start. Pretty much anything that I praise as far as entertainment has a certain amount of fakeism in it. It just does. You are always asking your audience, especially when it comes to comic book films, to suspend some form of disbelief.
Oh man. Sorry, this reminds me. We have the Equalizer tonight.
Oh, that sounds
ruined
wonderful.
my day.
Again, for my super chat from the Inquisition, my mother, who has been a Queen Latifah fan since UNITY, since Just Another Day, all the way through Living Single, through Beauty Shop, Chicago, all of this stuff, called me to tell me how bad the Equalizer was and how stupid it was. My mother doesn't understand intersectionality, but she hates it. But she doesn't understand that's why she hates it, and it's great. I love it.
Well,
one of these days, I need to have her on the podcast.
I brought it up because like this, this super chat, like it was so hard for me to get over what was happening in that show because it was so unrealistic.
This 200-pound 50-year-old woman kicking down doors.
Yeah, but I think ultimately the question is we praised a bunch of stuff just here on our show, and of course Mad's the last person to do his outro, and then of course we get interrupted with this, which I appreciate very much, Curtis. There's a bunch of it in especially book films. I mean, it is central to the plot in some cases that extraordinary things happen. Flip. I mean, I don't think there's one thing that we praise that you could say that there wasn't something that was unrealistic that happened. I really don't. A sensible explanation is always needed to make the fake stuff feel more real. You're absolutely right, Curtis. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm reading his responses. So, yeah, I knew what you meant. And that's true. That's what's required. But sometimes things are just so openly fake that you can't accept it. Your ability to suspend the disbelief is gone. Right. Can anybody else explain that better than me?
Ruby Rose beating people up.
Yeah.
You cannot suspend your, you can't suspend your disbelief there.
Here's what I will say about a film. A film has so many different elements that can make it great. You can have a movie. Let's take a movie, Demolition Man before 2020.
So good.
was not realistic. It ends up being realistic, but like you didn't enjoy it in the 90s because you thought it was.
I
I love that movie.
So if a movie takes place on Earth but with no gravity, nobody would like it. You're 100% right.
Well,
so
explanation.
No,
that's what I mean
There
by
has to be like an
realistic.
explanation.
It's
I don't
always
think that's
fundamental. You're 100% right. I agree with you. Your point is well made. But like I said, there's always some element there that essentially a film, especially superhero films, I mean, or even action films, we are asked to suspend our disbelief. I mean, the person sitting next to me, Mad Mardigan, was involved in conflict. The one that's one row down with the hat that says veteran on it was involved in conflict. They both were in military service. They they will tell you that an action movie is not the same as being in action.
Oh no, no.
Unless it's done by Michael Bay, because everything sparks when you shoot it. Sorry.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, no, Curtis, believe me, we are on the same page, dude. I just, I feel you. And I like realism in my entertainment, but you have to, but it is key to good escapism. So your point is well made, and I appreciate the super chat, my friend. I love having you here.
Something that bothered me a little bit about The Dark Knight is right after Harvey Dent gets blowed up, they say, the doctor comes in, he is refusing skin grafts. And I was like, I didn't need that much realism. He didn't need to explain it that much. Just having half his face blown off was all I needed. It's a nitpick, but that took me out of the movie. Too much realism.
No, all right. I used to joke with my guys in the military that when I was back in the military, I thought I was going to try to do game design until I realized that you had to know math, and I'm terrible at math. But I said it would be great if we would make it a realistic combat game, not like Call of Duty, but like realistic, real-time combat. No one would ever buy it because you would be sitting there for 6 hours looking at an empty field. Waiting for something to happen, and then it happens behind you on the other post, and you're like, damn it. And you're still sitting there, just looking back and forth for hours. And then you're here for the combat, and you're just like, damn it.
Yeah, it's same thing with police work, because I was a cop after I got out of the military. It's most nights you're except for the weekend is horrible, but most weekday nights you're sitting around in your car watching Netflix for 4 hours, 5 hours, and you may get 3 minutes of excitement. You know what I mean? But then now it's followed by 4 hours of paperwork.
Yeah,
it is like because. And that's what kind of makes it hard, though, because there's all this stagnant, nothing happening, and then you get this rush, and then now you're back down to nothing. You know what I mean?
All civil service gigs are like that. From any form of emergency response, like firemen, etc. They sit around and wait for something to happen. Sucks. It sucks.
I don't count firemen.
Combat was like 90% of the time, nothing would happen. All it matters, first 3 months I was in our combat zone, it was nuts because we were the first one in a place called Marja.
Okay.
No one's ever been there before. We were the first one shipped in, and so it was 3 months of just nonstop until we finally, secured our area. And then we would go around, do patrols. And most of the time, patrols, you just saw people, you waved at kids, throw bottles of water at kids, stuff like that. Make sure you don't steal stuff from your pockets. And then and then you go back and nothing really happened. And then shit will hit the fan where you go on patrol one time, 2 IDs go off, 4 people dead, and you're just wishing you weren't there. That was what it was like. So I don't know if that would be a good movie. Documentaries maybe, but
I don't know if you've seen Outpost, but Outpost, man, I had some problems but as it was probably the most accurate that I've seen as far as the feel of because there's spit bottles everywhere, which I really appreciated. The radio comms, everything was just because it was done by a guy that was a West Point graduate, and spent a lot of time in the military. So he knows the feel of everything in the gear. No one wore their Kevlar nearly enough. Everybody's taking that stuff off. But the feel of it though, and I know it's a weird thing to hone in on, but the spit bottles, that was so real.
How to take showers with water bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, someday we're going to have to do a military stream. Let's do it on an appropriate day because I think I would like to have as many veterans as I can on my channel to talk about it. But Jaffo verisimilitude is a excellent word. Not enough people use it. Having the appearance of truth is probable. Very good. Yeah. You guys, I really appreciate it. You guys are all on fire. Everybody in the chat, you make this show so much better. Roof Korean, for sure, my friend. They always had the ability to skirt around things. Yeah. And Mardigan, my husband flew a desk, as he puts it. Yep, sometimes you do that in the military. That's the best thing about my son's Police Explorers program that he's been a part of since age 14. They teach kids everything, even the paperwork. Yes, the tedium. The 4 hours of, I pulled this idiot over on a traffic stop and he had a bag of weed. Now I'm screwed.
I'm not wasting 4 hours on a bag of weed.
Some people do, though. There are still some cops that do it. Yeah, I know a lot of some people, they just pitch it. They're like, yeah, throw that away. Okay, see you later.
Or I'll just
Oh, okay. Anyway, thank you all so very much, guys, for being here.
Man, don't incriminate yourself, man.
We have one more person, and it's somebody who I think needs to grow a lot faster. Although I think everybody here needs to grow a lot faster, but somebody who's putting together some really funny and amazing content, and he lets me be a part of it a couple days a week. Mad Mardigan.
Yeah, don't have a choice. You just kind of forced your way into it. Yeah, we do Street Smarts every Tuesday and Saturday. Yesterday we had Mandy Summers on. That was great. We've had Mary Mayhem.
Can I come on?
Anyway, so yeah, Mary Mayhem was on there. It's
sheesh.
We'll have Vigilante Williams on soon.
I'm apparently a Stevie Wonder fan.
100%. Rudy Tootie. That's all I know. So Tuesday we're going to be starting. Casino doesn't know this yet. Tuesday we're starting a 2-part Street Smarts special. So we'll watch half. We'll watch the first half on Tuesday, and then the second we'll finish it up on Saturday, and it's going to be awesome. You like TGIF? They're all here, so it's going to be a lot of fun. If you like swapping movies, it's one of those too. Like Kid and Play back in School Act. Was it School Act?
It was what was it? It was
Kid and Play.
It was House Party, but they had the other movie. It was something. It was something.
Class Act. I think it was Class
Act. Yeah.
If you like that, except for with kids from TGIF and on after school special, this is going to be the one for you. That's it. Oh, and I should be getting my bespoke box. So if you want to see me disappointed, that should be happening soon.
All right, man. Oh, hey, man. You need to remember that the review for Queen Latifah's show is on your channel this week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why we're doing that. I thought we wanted people to see it, but okay, yeah, sure. I'm going to have it on my channel this week.
I had a request from many of my members and subscribers that I not have it on my channel.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Why?
It's a pretty bad show.
Okay, well, all right. We'll do it on my channel. At least then we get to use whatever language we want. Unlike this Puritan stuff.
That's right. Yeah, anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I say that every time, but it's absolutely the truth. The boss and I are going to go do the afternoon together. I just wanted to say thank you all. One important announcement for the channel. On the 16th, it is my official YouTube birthday. So I started making content exactly a year ago on the 16th. So I'm going to try to put together a live stream to celebrate that. We'll see. Tuesday's a little rough, but we'll see what happens. And also the members stream is coming up next weekend, and I will promote that and make sure everybody's aware. It will be in the community tab, and when the member stream goes live, it will be shared in the community tab. So if you are a member, if you check the community tab, that's where you'll be able to go and check out the stream. Time, date, and all that'll be there. And we will also have the ability to have, 9 guests, people that can come on and we can just shoot the breeze and hang out for an hour or so. So again, thank you all. You guys are the best. I really appreciate it. I will see each and every one of you soon, I hope. And thank you, my panel. You guys are great.
Yeah. You and the boss have a happy pagan holiday influenced by Hallmark Day. You guys just have a very happy pagan Hallmark Day.
Happy
Sounds good.
Valentine's Day, everyone.
That's right. And be sure to take care of
Enjoy, guys.
yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene.
Wash your
Until next
rest
time.
of your body as well.
Bye.
Bye.
And by rest of your body, I mean wash your ass.